She was the strongest candidate in every single round. Best technical score, best references. The panel even said it out loud in the debrief. Then someone said the sentence that ended it.
I just don't know if she's the right culture fit.
Stay with me. This one's going to make you rethink every rejection email you've ever gotten. Here's what nobody tells you about culture fit. It sounds like it means something specific. Values, work style, how someone collaborates. And occasionally it does. But most of the time, in the actual room, in the actual debrief, it's the softest, safest way to say, I didn't feel comfortable around this person, without anyone having to explain why. And discomfort is not a skill gap. It's often just unfamiliarity. Someone who didn't go to the same kind of school, someone who dresses differently, someone whose humor lands differently, someone who simply doesn't remind the panel of themselves. Culture fit lets a hiring team reject the most qualified person in the room and never have to write down the real reason, because there usually isn't a defensible one. Let me tell you about Jordan. Jordan applied for a senior analyst role, aced the technical assessment. The hiring manager told him directly,
Honestly, you are the best candidate we've seen this quarter.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
2 days later, a rejection email, polite, vague. We've decided to move forward with a candidate who's a stronger fit for our team culture at this time. Jordan asked for feedback the way you're supposed to. He got nothing specific, just, it was more about overall fit than skills. Don't take it personally. He found out later, through a mutual contact still at the company, that one panelist had said Jordan didn't seem like he'd vibe with the team's energy after Jordan mentioned he doesn't drink and prefers to leave team happy hours early. That was it. That was the whole fit problem. But here's where the story changes. Jordan didn't spiral about it. He changed one thing about how he interviewed going forward. He started asking, in every process, exactly what culture meant to that specific team, in concrete terms, before he ever got to a final round. At his next interview, when the panel used the phrase, "We're looking for someone who really fits our vibe," he asked directly,
Can you tell me what that looks like day to day? What does someone who doesn't fit usually get wrong here?
The panel actually stumbled because most companies have never had to answer the question specifically. It's easier to say the vague version. He got the offer, better pay, actual clarity on expectations from day one. He told me the company that could actually explain their culture in real terms was the one worth working for. The ones that couldn't were just protecting a bias they hadn't examined. So, let me be very clear with you today as your millennial HR friend. Culture fit, left undefined, is one of the easiest ways bias sneaks into hiring completely undetected. Not because interviewers are cruel, but because it feels harmless to say and impossible to challenge. Not the right fit means I can't articulate a real reason, so I'm using a phrase nobody can push back on. Great candidate, just not sure about the vibe, means this person made me slightly uncomfortable for reasons I haven't examined. Here's what real hiring wisdom looks like for both sides. If you're hiring, replace culture fit with culture add. Ask what this person brings that you don't already have, not how well they mirror what's already in the room. Write down specific behavior-based reasons for every rejection, not vibes. If you're interviewing, ask panels to define fit in concrete terms before you invest more time. If they can't answer specifically, that's information too. The best response to a vague rejection It's not spiraling over what you might have said wrong. It's not rewriting your entire personality for the next interview, even though the best response is Jordan. Asking the question nobody expects candidates to ask and finding out fast whether a company actually knows what it values or is just protecting a comfort zone with a nicer name. The best response is you, understanding that being rejected for fit at a company that can't define it isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of a process that never examined its own bias. So if you've ever gotten that vague rejection email and quietly wondered what was actually wrong with you, this is your sign. Nothing was wrong with you. Something was undefined in them. I am your millennial HR friend, and I'm always going to tell you what HR in your office won't. Drop a comment in the comments if you've ever been rejected for fit and never got a real reason, and share this with someone who's about to walk into an interview.